All right, we are back here on the Lemming Report, presented by American Family Insurance. We just gave you Tom's top 10 tight ends, and over the summer, Mr. Lemming visited a man who's produced some good ones, like Dallas Clark. Iowa head coach Kirk Ferentz. Enjoy.
I've followed your career for a long time. I've known you for a long time, and coaching-wise, in the 1980s, you developed more offensive line than anybody else in the country. And you developed your reputation as the top offensive line coach nationally. Who are some of the guys that you developed back then that really kind of stood out?
You know, we had some really good players when I got here. There were some on the roster. Joel Hilgenberg comes to mind right away. Joel was probably weighed about 235, 240 his senior year in 1983, and didn't weigh a lot more than that in the pros, probably about 265. Yeah. Did a great job. John Alt was a tight end on that team that ended up playing tackle for us, and did a great job. Ron Holstrom was a senior my first year here in '81. First-round player at the Packers, played 13 years. So we had a lot of great guys through that time, and fortunately we've had a few recently as well.
You played at UConn. I mean, you're from Western PA, Upper St. Clair, and sort of one of your mentors was Joe Moore, who I got to know throughout the 80s when he was at Notre Dame, and he had a great reputation as an offensive line coach. Chain smoked. Every time I talked to him, I don't think I've ever seen him without a cigarette in his mouth.
Up until the very end, it was kind of that way. And I was really fortunate. I got to play for Coach Moore my senior year in high school. And so when I got out of college, I taught school for a couple of years. I just had a very lucky break. I was able to grad assist for him in 1980 at the University of Pittsburgh. And he had been on that staff as a running back coach. They made him the line coach that year, and he was able to bring somebody in. So I got a year of very in-depth training. It was just a wonderful experience.
Was he a tough or intense guy?
I tell people it's hard to play for him, it's harder to coach for him because everything you did was wrong. But there's never anybody treated me any better, and he was just a great mentor. Treated me like a dad, and just you know, holds a dear, dear place in my heart.
Iowa recruiting, and obviously there's not a whole lot of talent. You want to put a fence around whoever there is here, and then you branch out. I see you guys in Texas, California, Florida. Do you have a game plan now, or have you extended your recruiting reach over the past few years?
I think so. It's interesting when I got back here 16 years ago. You know, we tried to go everywhere, and with the limitations on guys allowed being on the road, it was really tough. Especially in the winter months when I was on the road. That took 3 guys off the road. So we tried to pull back a little bit. The state of Iowa, it all starts there for us. Obviously, we've had so many great players, and the heart and soul guys of our football teams been from this state. But we try to hit all the Big Ten areas. We do go into Texas. Coach Fry had connections down there. Certainly Greg Davis, Bobby Kennedy are well known down there. We've dabbled in Florida a little bit, but mostly the Big Ten areas, and then the East Coast has always been strong for us, going back to Bernie Wyatt. Recruiting there for us. And
what you're building here, it looks like you want to talk a little bit about the new great facilities that are almost finished?
This is a $55 million project that's coming to completion. The indoor facility that we're sitting in right now just opened up two Augusts ago. And then the new building here will be our total operations building, brand new offices, meeting rooms, locker rooms, player lounge, the whole 9 yards, and a weight room that's, I'm not so sure. I mean, we could put 4 teams in our weight room right now. It's a pretty good size. So. We're really happy about it. It's really exciting right now, and to your point, it is really important in recruiting. And I think more importantly, for the players in your program, you want them to have the best of the best. So we're really excited about the project. And the majority of the funds were raised from just private supports. We've had a lot of good people in this state that have really jumped on board and been very, very helpful. We're really appreciative of that.
What do you expect year 2014, 2015, 2016 here out of Iowa football?
Like I said, I think we feel like we're positioned right now. We're excited about the staff. The staff really came together really well last year. It was fun to work with that group. And now with this project being done, $55 million, it's amazing what you can buy for $55 million, right? Getting this part done. This is the last piece that we really needed. So we're just excited about the future, not only on the field, but our future recruiting as well.
And that practice facility is almost done. Again, that was over the summer, and we were told that it is almost complete. The team's going to be moving in there in the next few weeks. Clearly, they already had the beanbag chairs for Tom Lemming's interview with Kirk Ferentz in place. More to come here on the Lemming Report. When we come back, we are on the road to signing day. Tom's breaking down the top classes in the Big Ten. Can Ferentz's Hawkeyes make the cut into the top 5? Find out next.